Okay, so today we're going to make some keto-friendly, low-carb chocolate. So there's a few options that you have at the store that you can use, but the ingredients in them are not optimal and they're kind of expensive. And this recipe that I'm going to show you just takes pennies to make. So I have this V.E.D.A 86% cacao chocolate, and the ingredients in this is unsweetened chocolate, cocoa butter, sugar, milk fat, natural flavors, vanilla, soy lecithin as an emulsifier. And the carbs on this is 4 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fiber, which makes 3 net carbs. So they're all packaged up into little individual squares, and a lot of people eat these when they get a chocolate craving, but they have sugar in them. The next thing are these Lily's dark chocolate chips. A lot of people buy these and use them, but they're expensive. It's like $7 or $8 for this pack of chocolate chips. And the ingredients on it is almost exactly like the other chocolate. It has unsweetened chocolate, erythritol, inulin, stevia extract, so it's not sweetened with sugar, but it also has soy lecithin and vanilla in it. The carbs on this is, the total carbs are 9, the fiber is 4, which makes 5 net carbs, and the erythritol is 3, so sometimes people subtract that, and that's for about 60 chips, because they're little teeny tiny chips, 14 grams. So anyway, they're good, and I use them when I make ice cream and different things, but this little bag of chocolate chips is kind of expensive. And then also, same thing with the chocolate bar. Lily's chocolate bar has about the same ingredients: unsweetened chocolate, inulin, dextrin, which is not optimal, erythritol, coconut or cocoa butter, organic coconut milk, milk fat, stevia, and soy lecithin and vanilla. So if you're trying to stay away from soy, all 3 of those products have soy in them. And then just like the other one, okay, so they're considering a half of this bar is a serving, and that is 21 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of erythritol. So anyway, you're going to spend your carbs on what you want to spend your carbs on. You're going to consume the ingredients that you want to consume, and yeah, all these things are easy. You just buy them at the store, pick them up, and start eating them. But I want to share with you a recipe for chocolate that has less carbs than all of these, and the ingredients are so much better. So let's get on with the recipe. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I have 1 cup or 224 grams of coconut oil that I put in my little saucepan, and I have the heat on low, and I'm just melting that right now. So here's the coconut oil that I'm using right now. It's just a pure coconut oil, and coconut oil has 0 carbs. So far we're doing good on the carbs. So let's let that melt. Okay, so now that the coconut oil is just about melted, I'm going to add in about 60 grams or 2 ounces of cream cheese. It's been sitting out all morning, so it's pretty soft. So I'm just going to let that melt into the coconut oil. Okay, the cream cheese is all warmed up and starting to melt in there. So now I'm going to add some xylitol, and this was granulated xylitol, and I just made it into powdered sugar with my coffee grinder. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I have, that was a 1/4 cup of xylitol. Now I have a 1/2 cup of coconut powder. And here's the xylitol that I used, in case you're wondering. And then I just have this Trader Joe's coconut powder. That's going in the pot too. Give that a good stir. All right, and then we're going to add about a teaspoon of almond extract. Oop, that's a new one. Better open that up. All right, teaspoon of almond extract. Kind of give that a little whisk. It's really getting smooth and creamy. Okay, and then there's just some optional ingredients that you can put into this chocolate. This is pretty much done, but I'm gonna add some unsweetened coconut flakes. That's about 1/2 cup of coconut flakes. And then I'm going to add about a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. Put that in there. All right, turn off the heat and let's put it in our pan. Okay, so what I have here is just an 8x8 pan, and I lined it with some plastic wrap, and we're going to pour our mixture into the pan. Just FYI, this has been sitting on the off of the burner for a few minutes so that it's not quite so hot, so it doesn't melt that plastic. Alright, so just pour that in there, and all that we're going to do now is let it freeze, and when it comes out I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this has been in the oven for just about an hour, and it's nice and hard. So we're just going to lift that right out of the pan, flip it over onto our cutting board, peel off the plastic, oops, maybe it could have stayed in the freezer for just a little bit longer. Having a hard time getting the plastic off, but just tug at it little by little. It'll all come off. It always does. Of course, now I broke my candy into some bigger chunks. Okay, so I got the plastic off, and now I'm just going to take my knife, cut it into pieces. And you know, you could do these in those little ice cube trays or jello molds or candy molds. All right, and there we go. So take a look at that. Pecans and coconut all through the middle. Let's take a bite, shall we? Oh my goodness. That's good. All right. So I'm going to put this in the freezer and just pop them out one by one whenever I get a craving for chocolate. Okay, so if you're looking for a keto, low carb friendly chocolate recipe, I hope you'll try this one. And boy, you could just make it into almost any flavor you want to if you change the extracts, if you change the nuts and some of the ingredients. But this is the way I like to make it. So that's all that I have for you today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.